The market whips us all around, but was it really unexpected? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that we were looking for the market to spike up towards 67.50 and then reject from there, and that's exactly what we saw as the market spiked into the 67.60 area and then fell off a cliff before rallying later in the day. Now, the question is, with all this whipsaw, where do we go from here? I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, as always, before we jump into the charts, we will take a look at how the indicator performed. And once again, it absolutely crushed the market. We just missed a monster trade. It was super sad, but we were 1 for 1 today with a really, really strong winner. And that's all you can ask for. So let's jump into the charts and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 5-minute SPY chart, and this is what we use for day trading. We use the weekly chart for swing trading, and if you're new here, we created our own indicator. It works only on TradingView, so you do need a TradingView account. If you don't have one, stay tuned. I'll show you how to get one at a discount. You do need a TradingView account, and we do day trade on the 5-minute SPY chart. Now, this will work on any index. It will work on any stock or Bitcoin or whatever you want to use it on. Commodity if you want to use it on gold. It is an outstanding indicator. It finds tops and bottoms really, really well, and it crushed again yesterday. So we do have parameters that we follow. I saw a comment yesterday about how did you crush it when you had two buys late in the day yesterday that failed, because we don't trade those. We only trade until 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time or 10 a.m. Pacific, because the first part of the day is where the money is made. The rest of the day is for people chasing the market. So those were never traded. That's how we crushed it. It's important to understand what the parameters are. When we're on a trend day, we don't trade the opposite way. When we are past 10 a.m. Pacific or 1 p.m. Eastern, we don't trade anymore. We only trade the first part of the day because that's when the volume and the moves happen. After that, it tends to get choppy and weird. So on the left here, you see in yellow, that's pre-market trading. On the right in blue, that's post-market trading. We don't trade any of that because it's too sloppy, but you do have to have it turned on for the indicator to work properly, and we go over how to set all that up. We go over all of our parameters and how everything works. And what we got right out of the gate here is some chop. And I told the guys live streaming, actually, if you want to check out the live video, you can see exactly how this played out. It's on my channel. We had a live stream yesterday where I showcased the indicator, and I talked about this move up here, which I'll talk about again here in just a second. But out of the gate, we got chop, and I said, this is an extremely important support zone. If they break it, we will melt down. If they hold, we will go up to the 67.50 area I talked about in yesterday's video, and then we'll see what happens from there. Now, these levels, this one-day max, call resistance, high volume level, put support. This is Mentor Q. There's a link in the description. These levels are incredible trading tools, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But this is every day that I use these, and every day they kill. So I said this is chop. You can see just below the support you had our call wall. Getting below that would put us in a neutral zone and then toward negative gamma, and they would waterfall. So we got some chop. They held, and we got the buy signal right here. We ended up getting it right around here, right around 667 or so, and they shot it immediately up to 670. A 3-point move, literally straight up, no heat taken, an absolute killer trade. We nailed that, and I said, this is designed to fail here. This one-day max generally holds the market. Now, does it do it every single time? No, but it's like the shoreline. We know when the tides are high and where they come to, so we can build our houses based on that. However, when there's a hurricane, it does push the shore or push the surge up higher into houses. It does break through. It does do things we don't expect. That happens rarely. Hurricanes are not an everyday event, but they do happen sometimes. These one-day max and one-day min zones are just like that. Almost always they hold the market. And this was a huge level. This was on the ES, this was 6760, 6750. They got above it. They made it look like they were going to break out and just squeeze the heck out of the bears. And then they started this. And what happened was, when you get a strong move, it takes a minute for the weakness to appear. And the ES and the SPY were doing this. Meanwhile, the NASDAQ was doing this. And if the markets aren't in sync, the indicator is not going to fire. And so by the time we got down here, this is where the NASDAQ fired. It was too late, which is why we don't have a sell signal here. The ES fired its sell signal way up here when it weakened. The NASDAQ didn't weaken until way over here. And then we missed the fall off, unfortunately. You're going to miss trades, guys. That is part of trading. You don't chase. It's no big deal. There'll be another trade soon. And then we called it for the day because this did create a downtrend setup, and we don't want to trade against the trend. So we only had this one trade. We crushed it straight up, but I did tell everybody this is very, very, very likely to be a failure and a trap. Again, you can go check out our live stream to see that in real time. So we got that, and then it moved down. We were done for the day, but the market again rewarded the indicator for understanding how markets work, understanding key levels. Guys, these levels, these Mentor Q levels are incredible. There is a link in the description. You get 20% off if you use my link. I get a kickback for it as well, but they are unbelievable at, especially when combined with the indicator, at understanding the market. So they're based on options levels and where the options call walls are, and that's what really drives the market. The market makers are on the other side of those options, and they have to defend this zone or they will get eviscerated, and that doesn't happen. The guys with the money tend to not get eviscerated very often, so they're going to defend like heck here. You got that defense. We were looking for it yesterday, pre-market, in our video yesterday. We were looking for this exact scenario, and we got it. So good day for us. Again, the indicator doing well. You can see on the screen that people love it. People are using it as a cheat code. People are making money for the first time in the market because they can follow rules. They don't trade with emotion. They trade like robots. Do we win every trade? Absolutely not. But we win way more than we lose, and we make a lot of money doing it. If you want to get it, here's how you do it. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and check that out. It'll take you over to our membership plans area. You scroll down through our monthly rooms, live calls. We have all kinds of different things you can do with us, guys. We are very active in trading. We want to help you become great traders, understand the market. You have all these options. But you come down to trading view indicators right here. This is our bell cow. It is our absolute best thing that we do. It crushes the market day in and day out. And the cool thing about it is I stand behind everything I do. I give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. And what I tell people is go ahead and get the indicator. If you're questioning it at all, if you're thinking, I don't know, should I get it? Seems too good to be true, whatever. Doesn't matter. Go ahead and get it. Just put it on your charts. You don't even have to trade with it. Just watch it. See what it looks like. Paper trade with it. So you don't ever risk any of your capital. You just get to see how it works. And if you don't like it after 30 days, say, hey, buddy, thanks, but no thanks. I'd like my money back. And I will do that. I've done that for several people who didn't like it because they don't like day trading, or they don't, they just didn't have a good experience with it because of how they trade. Just didn't work out. No big deal. We go our separate ways. But if you love it, like most people do, you get to keep it and move on and have an incredible trading tool. Same thing goes with the yearly, except you get 2 months for free. It's a much better deal. So if you want to take a long-term approach toward it, you can do that. You got a 30-day money-back guarantee as well here. Guys, I want you to be a part of this. I stand behind everything I do. I think you're going to love it. Check it out. Now, let's jump into the charts and take a look. Okay, guys. So on the move down here, we were looking for them to give us an ABC back up. Yesterday, I said we were looking for this to be 3 of C, 4 of C, and then 5 of C into this zone right here. We're looking for 67.50 to hold. They poked slightly above it and then gave it up to give us a potential 1-2 setup here. We would be looking for them to break this low. And if that's the case, that projects down to be basically a wave 1 of C. So the 2.0 would be just below the lows here. So that'd be 64.95. I would project that down and say that they're going to extend in 3 if they do that. So I wouldn't say it's a 1 of C. I'd say that this is 1, 2, and then starting 3 of C. And I would look for that 3 of C to extend towards the 65 to 64.95 region, just below these lows, and then ultimately to the 21 weekly, which is at around that 64.40. I think it's moved up to about 64.45 to 50 now. That region is what we would look for in what we call mean reversion, where the market moves back down to the weekly 21 moving average. Does it about twice a year. It did it in April, moved through it actually, and then back above it, and I think we could be headed that way again. Tomorrow will be a big day again for the market. It's pretty clear parameters here. Below this low likely unlocks the door down into that 64.40 area. They still would have to get through this low at 65.93, but breaking back below today's low would be strong for the bears. And then back above today's high would put us above the 764 and above most of the resistance, and that tells us we're very likely on our way to 68.50 to 6900 after that. So the market has pretty clear parameters now. Today's high and today's low are the breaking points. Break below today's low, and we very likely cascade down, break above today's high, and we likely rally to new all-time highs. So pretty simple on the ES. On the NASDAQ, very similar stuff. We were looking for them to come back up into this resistance line, or even the 764, which we talked about yesterday, that 25,105 area. They hit it pretty much on the dot. They spiked through it. I think 25,110 was the high. So they were right on that zone. Again, still looking at this as A, and then A, B, C for B, and then a 1-2 setup to the downside where we'd look for them to break down. Same parameters on the NASDAQ. If they break today's low, very likely we're going to come to at least 24,427, but quite frankly, I would say down below the lows into the 23.6 area, which is where the 21 moving average on the weekly chart is. I would be looking for that kind of move on the NASDAQ. And if they break back above today's high, then we would be looking at new all-time highs toward the 25,472 area next, and then 25,680 after that. So pretty clear parameters on both charts, pretty simple stuff. Market was looking to make a decision today. It still hasn't fully made one, but we did get the move up into the resistance on both charts we were looking for and the failure. Now the question is, can the bears follow through, or will the bulls run it back to the highs? Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it'll take you right over to our website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial. That's because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of the trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. You literally have nothing to lose by checking us out. We also have our educational material. If you scroll down a little further on the page, you're going to see our indicators, which you saw in the first part of the video, and also our courses. We have our Trade Waves Academy course, and right now I am giving 50% off of this course if you get the yearly indicator. So if you buy the yearly indicator right now, you're getting 2 months for free on that, and then you get Trade Waves Academy 50% off. In Trade Waves Academy, we go over all of the things that are outside of Elliott Wave to put a complete package together. We go over market psychology, capital management. You can see all the modules here on the screen. Options trading basics, candlestick patterns, how to trade price action, bull and bear traps, how to identify market reversals, fib levels and why they're important, how to identify key support and resistance, and trade setups and proper risk reward. All of this comes inside of Trade Waves Academy. On top of that, you get our Elliott Wave for Beginners course included in this price, and you get the Advanced Elliott Wave for free included in this price. So for $497, you get all of those modules I just said, plus the Beginners course, plus Advanced Elliott Wave. It's an incredible deal, and you can get it for half off right now if you get the yearly indicator. Now, as I did mention, we do have our Advanced and our Beginners Elliott Wave courses. In our Advanced course, we're going through a lot of the things we're seeing on the charts right now. A lot of those things are the advanced fib levels, the diagonals, double and triple threes, flats, triangles, trading Elliott Wave, which right there, that is worth the price of admission. People don't understand that there's 2 paths and how do you trade them if there's up and down. It's because you trade setups, and there are very good setups in Elliott Wave Theory. You have to know how to spot them and trade them, and we talk about that here so that you can understand how to do this course. Now, I understand if this is too advanced. You can see, though, that our traders love it. But if you need to get started at the beginning, we have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. And this course is really helping traders understand a complex market in a way that makes sense. It's extremely confusing when good news makes the market go down, bad news makes the market go up. It stops at random places. You don't know what's going on. That's because the news cycles were garbage. Elliott knew this long ago. He knew that key levels mattered. It's not random, and it's you're able to find these key levels, and this is what gives you a huge advantage over the rest of the market. In this course, you get 25 videos where we go through your introduction. We have to introduce you to Elliott Wave Theory. We have to get your mindset right and give you the KISS method, how this works and why it works. It's very scientific based. People think it's just, oh, you just make a wave up. No, very scientific based. It's outstanding. Chart setup and tools. We go through all of your chart setups, every tool you need to use with Elliott Wave, how to use it and why we use it, and then the Elliott Wave for Beginners area where we go through each of the waves, how to find the key levels, how to understand impulsive and corrective waves, how to know where to get these measurements, the corrective depth theory, the theory of alternation, the pivot, everything you need to make sense of an irrational market. Now, the really cool thing about both of these courses is there's several ways to get them cheap or for free. You can get them both at a $37 discount with our Elliott Wave course bundle. You can get them for free in our Trade Waves Academy course. If you buy that, they are included in that course. Or if you just want to get them at a low monthly cost, you simply get one of our monthly rooms as the Elliott Wave courses are included in this price. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, we give you all of your real-time market updates, all of your buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions are answered. The midday video that you watch in these calls, that's live for everybody in these rooms. And then you get the beginners and the advanced course included in this price. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing and day trade. So we do trade quite often in my room. Now, if you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, income trading, and advanced trading, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as the individual stocks, the futures trading, his income trading method that just kills it, and his reduced risk binary method that gets you in at a cheap price, get you huge multiples on your money, and it's how he structures that trade that's so unique. That's why you get a 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with your next market update.